Right alongside the side of so many great games, Brock. The old Astrodome. We're hoping to see a great game played here inside of this venue. Opened back in 2002 and bearing the same name now that it did back then, Reliant Stadium here in Houston. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from Reliant Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also pulls the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Here's Dak. Throw secured by George Pickett. And just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29. Well, they certainly needed to make some adjustments from last week, Brock, but one thing they didn't need to adjust, they just needed to emphasize again, was his involvement.
And as good as he was in that game, Kate, couldn't get the win, so you know what he wants. More.
Prescott, a quick throw, complete. Shoves him off. Escorted out of bounds after picking up about 3. And that's going to give the Cowboys a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Now Dak to throw. To the left and reeled in by Ferguson. And a big chunk picked up on that play. Over 20, and he gets him the first.
Ferguson. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it can be super complex.
Yeah.
You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the bus. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. They close in on him and drag him down on the other side of midfield. They got him at the 48. Will Anderson Jr. The first of the year for a guy who had 12 of them, 12 sacks last season. Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. Dak to the air here. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. The deep pass comes up big. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Shotgun snap. He'll give to Blue. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
To the end zone, and this is going to be reeled in. Touchdown, Cowboys! George Pickens finishing off a 9-play scoring drive with 6. Aubrey gets the point after to go. And that's good for a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys 7, Texans nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's going to manage 13 yards here before going down. That picks them up to first. Here's Stroud now. Right back to Schultz. He's got it again. Stop is made. Defense drives him out after a gain of about 13. And that gives Houston the first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Throwing is Stroud. Makes the catch. He's down inside the 30. Near the sideline, he's going to be forced out after a gain of about 20. And that gives the Texans a first down.
I just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. That is conked, and it's Higgins again. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Gronk gets 2nd down. Offense to the line fast. On 2nd down, Stroud. This one's caught. And this drive isn't done yet, Brock. He's got enough to push them to a 1st and goal.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And they're not going to snap it here after all, as we have reached the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Reliant Stadium coming right up. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Second down. Here's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. He's in trouble. He's not going to get away from this. They drop him at the 10. And that 5-yard loss means it is now 3rd and goal.
The confidence he had last week, Kate, carried him right on through to this game. Remember, he earned NFC Player of the Week honors in that contest. A couple more sacks here today to put him in position for a repeat.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Cut near the goal line. And He's going to be brought down shy of not just the end zone, Brock. That first down marker as well. So now offense facing an interesting fourth down decision. Stroud's going to throw for it. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. Boy, were they ready to try and stick him here for the safety. As it stands, he's only able to maybe get back to the 2.
That right there, my friends, is exactly the kind of pressure and intensity you expect from a defense each of these next 2 snaps as well. They want to keep you pinned right there against your own end zone and force you into a very risky punt.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. Still going past the 15. The 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas.
Williams, the ball carrier. Touchdown.
For the point after, here's Aubrey.
The kicker on for the point after.
Send right down the middle and good. And they bump their lead up to 14.
14. Texans nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stroud. That one way too far up there. They can't connect. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable 3rd down after lack of execution on 1st.
Throwing on 2nd. Here's Stroud. Connects downfield. On target to Dell. Racing down the left side. Toward the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown, Texans. Ted Dell is 4 through the air this season.
Quarterback, receiver, yeah, they'll get the credit. Those numbers and those stats, they're theirs. But that play happens, Kate, because the big guys up front give them enough time to make it happen. From one side of the field to the other, bingo.
Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. Showing a little burst so far. And they are just a hop and a skip away from midfield as he goes out of bounds up beyond the 45.
When you get contributions like that from a kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Back to throw, here's Dak. And this will wind up incomplete, so failure to connect brings up 2nd down. We were coming off a touchdown on their previous drive. You can almost feel the urgency up here, Brock. They want to add more.
Yeah, urgency and aggressiveness. Those are kind of the ingredients in the recipe for this offense, and certainly their success today.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Dak. Makes the catch. He's down inside the 30. And he's going to get there inside inside the pylon. Touchdown, Dallas. Javonte Williams. Give him 2 now in this second quarter.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Point after is up and good from Aubrey. And they now lead by 14 points.
21, Texans 7. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud off of play action. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. Donovan Ezeraku. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Back to throw, Stroud. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Third and long for him here. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
10 at the 29-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Blue gets the handoff. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And the Texans have recovered it!
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. Been a really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these turnovers not doing it for you, partner?
Well, the interception, I mean, start there. But immediately then fumbling the ball right back over, that's none too good either. And they know they just fumbled away a critical opportunity.
Play good for 17 and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. Here's Stroud. Left side into the hands of Dell. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. And hit got there quickly.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Second down throw for Stroud. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. Big play before they get to him. That one's going to pick up about 23. And that is the Texans' 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Stroud. To the outside and brought in by Higgins. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down. 1st and goal.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Now it's Stroud. Collins got it left side. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing again, it's Stroud. That one connects. And there it is. Touchdown, Houston. Jaden Higgins. The second score that he has brought in this season. The extra point is good by Fairbairn. That cuts the lead to 7.
Cowboys 21, Texans 14. Miami Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Dak to the air here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing on second, Dak. And this throw is going to be incomplete. They're down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Over to the right side is caught by Ferguson. And they stop him before he can reach that marker. And now we've got a penalty flag out too. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Cowboys butting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Bryan Anger on now. This one strikes down at the 1, and predictably into the end zone it goes for the touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch, so give him 1 on that short completion.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Stroud finds a seam down the middle. Now he's past the 25. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Houston. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Miami Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Jaden Blue on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Robs by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Here's Prescott on 2nd down. in trouble, but he's not going to get away. Brought down at the 12. Will Anderson Jr. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Slot man's in motion right. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. Has it left side block, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down. You know, I think we kind of all knew what was coming. That last sack kind of forced their hand. The best option to extend that drive is to just throw it deep and hope.
I think that's exactly why sacks are so productive for defenses. It's because it does, to your point, force the hand of the offense.
Collects this at the 35. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. To the air, Stroud. Contact is made. He's hit and dropped back across midfield to the 44. Zaraku has another one. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Run from Montgomery to start the half. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Stroud. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
To the air on 3rd and long. Connects downfield, on target to Dell. They will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. Yet another highlight in a game with so many of them. 30 yards. Stroud setting up 1st and 10. And he's very close to that 350-yard passing mark in this game. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Throwing is Stroud. Over the middle, caught by Dell. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's a gain of 8.
Stroud now on 3rd. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. It will be a first down, Texans.
They're called third downs, money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection. Set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. That's David Montgomery, the second score that he has brought in this season. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
Cowboys 21. Fairbairn in the kickoff for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them some decent field position here, partner. This gets out to the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. First and 10. They send the tight end in motion. To throw is Prescott. That's Pickens with a catch outright. He's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw, here's Dak. That one's incomplete, couldn't hang on through the contact.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. That is caught. He's got Lamb. And he comes through. They've got the first down. Almost felt like they had to go for it. They needed a spark there, Brock. The offense gives it to them. Well, we all know teams are embracing this more and more, Brock, but boy, from your own side, on a play like that, you had better convert.
If your offense doesn't cash that check, it's your defense who's got to pay the bill. But they get it done, and kudos to them.
He was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
This is one of those plays I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second down, here's Dak. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Like the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Here's Dak. To the left and reeled in by Ferguson. Met there, driven out to cap that gain at about 6 yards. And that is good for a Cowboy first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
First down here for Dak. And he's now 4 for 5 passing since coming out of halftime. They'll empty the backfield, motion him right. Now Prescott. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Now Dak to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And they are finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
First down, Cowboys.
And we won't have another snap. That is the end of our third quarter. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Back for the start of the fourth quarter, and they're going to start here with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Williams. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Dak to the air here. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So they'll decline this and take the results. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Prescott will look to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
On the give, it's Blue. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown.
Touchdown, Dallas.
So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And we're back level 28-28.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Here's the give to Montgomery to begin the drive. So call it a half dozen on that run block. It's 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Stroud completes it quick. Tried to beat him with a quick pass, but not quick enough. That winds up as a loss.
Jaden Higgins.
Offense up to the line
A
fast.
loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Stroud. Gets this over the middle to Collins. This one stopped. Play gains about 6 yards. And that gives Houston the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Now it's Stroud. This is a heater going deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Take it 2 now in this game, 8 on the season.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary. And he just made him pay.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
Texans 35. Cowboys 28. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Making some progress here. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Straight ahead with Williams. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Get in there for the stop, but give him about 9 on the play. And that's going to give Dallas the first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Cowboys down by 7. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Going to the ground again on first. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, or right at the 31. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running.
And the Cowboy first down.
Pickens motioning left. Here he is to throw. Rushes right there as he releases it. He goes nowhere near the target. Lucky to avoid a sack there. Get his 2nd down.
That incompletion does one thing, Cake, gives everybody a chance to take a little breath really on both sides. And offensively in that huddle, I'm reminding my guys, play fast, but not in a hurry. Play fast, but never rush.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw it. This is complete to Ferguson, out left. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up first downs and keep the drive on schedule.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got it at the 6. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe a little bit easier now, at least for the moment. The try is up and good. They have found a way to tie it late here in the 4th quarter. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he got all on that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. And this is going to be lost on the hit. Incomplete. Tough to complete it through that traffic and contact over the middle. It's 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
On 2nd down, Stroud toward the perimeter. It's Collins. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing now. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. To throw, Prescott. Taking a shot deep here. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted! Jalen Reed with the INT.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. Now this offense has got a chance to do so.
Here's Stroud. Look at that power, deep left side. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Jalen Thompson makes the play. And the Cowboys surprise them with the interception and now have a chance to win this game. And there's still something being celebrated by the fans, isn't it, Brock? A coin toss might not decide the game anymore here in overtime. Both sides guaranteed a possession now, even if the first team scores a touchdown. And if we're tied after those 2 series, it is next score wins.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. He's going to field this at the 2. Escapes a defender. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. He's halted after about a 6-yard pickup. Stop made at the 36. Chance to take the lead and set themselves up for a win. Gotta make this count as they come up on 2nd down. Another run for Williams. He's going to be hauled down after a small pickup. Maybe got 4 yards there. And that's going to give the Cowboys a 1st down. Well, the offense is certainly moving on the right track so far in past years for a potential game-winning touchdown. But let's not forget, Brock, the other side will get a chance to answer no matter what happens on this opening series.
Yeah, that response is something for their defense to worry about. All these 11 gentlemen need to do is continue the steady progress downfield and getting that opening first down. So critical to any possession, but even more so in overtime.
And we've seen a lot of this today. He's in again. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown.
George Pickens, the 3rd time that he has brought in a score this week.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
The kick is good, and I believe this should stand, Brock. It looks like that flag appears to be on somebody who jumped early. Let's see. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
The challenge has been laid down, partner. And it's time to see if they have an answer prepared as we're off again. Fields this one at the 3. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Now it's his turn in overtime. Finds Montgomery on the drop down. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know that was exactly what the defense talked about on the sidelines. Get ready for that drive. Let's send a message from the jump, and let's hit them hard.
Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on 2nd. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Taken down back at the 34-yard line.
Here's Stroud now. It is almost picked off. He had the interception, but he couldn't hang on. It will, though, still bring up 4th down. This is it, Brock. Make or break right here. Overtime rules gave them a chance to go touchdown for touchdown. But if they don't come through on this 4th down, they have wasted that chance.
And there's humans down there. They're not robots. They know exactly what these circumstances are, but this is also, Kate, where you tell yourself, just do your job. Just do what you have been trained to do. You can't make it more.
Oh, the football's loose. The Cowboys scoop it up. Well, they can't add anything after that recovery.